The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go! 15 line. 15 line.
Second time, defense, let's go.
Defense.
Throwing on first down. Zimmer, that one complete to D.D. Westbrook. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production. But I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
61, matchbox lights.
2nd and 6. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one good for 37 yards. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
They'll try to run for it with Fournette. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
All right, D, let's go. All right, D.
Hey, orbit. Get it.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Forced out to his left. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance,
He's got daylight! Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Ronald Jones with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Y'all playing the wrong foot.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Zimmer, he'll get that one complete to Connor. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. They're going to try and throw. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And now look at him go. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Fournette. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Gator. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Switch.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
When you're dead last in the NFL in third down conversions, the odds are against you every time you face it. How about them picking up that one? That was big for them.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run with Fournette. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, a 14-3 ball game. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go, defense. Here we go. Get it.
Now Fournette. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Yep. Hey, exit. 52. Mike 52. Go. Hit it. Go.
To throw on 3rd down. Zimmer looking long for Westbrook. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Let's get it. Hey, 5-0.
Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. He'll have a first down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Tampa Bay.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Barber on 1st and 10. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
At their 48-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
I got him. Check. Crunch.
Off the play fake. Winston. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On 3rd down, Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
Miles Jack can just flat out cover. Doesn't matter who's out there, and he can do it really well in man. How about what he just did there in zone, though? Eyes in the right place, saw where the ball was going, reacted appropriately, and knocked it away.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Come on,
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they begin this drive in very precarious field position inside their own 5.
And remember, this is a defense that's already scored once in this game, so you've got to really take care and make sure that you're blocking these guys to try and wedge the ball out from the shadow of your own end zone.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Get ready. Get ready.
Here's 2nd and 8. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Back to throw. Zimmer, the open man is Shark. It's complete. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. On 1st and 10, Zimmer. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
This is Fournette. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Looking to throw. Zimmer. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards that time. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Now Jones. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy?
2nd and 3. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown. And frankly, that should have been another pick right there. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On 1st down, Zimmer looking long for Westbrook. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Looking long for Westbrook. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Check curls, check curls, check curls.
From the gun, Zimmer. He wants it all for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. Something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Looking downfield for Godwin. That's caught at the 25. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
First down, Buccaneers.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. They'll find Miller. That's complete. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
Watch the twist.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Buying time to his left. And he's going to keep it here. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Wait. Coming this way. Here we go. Check even. Watch twist.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Ready. Black 22. 59. Hey, watch the slant. 20. Stop. 25. Check.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
And the Buccaneers first down.
Ready. Blue 80. Here we go, D. All day. Defense, all day.
First down, Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Chris Godwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Again, it's Fournette. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Jaguars. Leonard Fournette, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars get a score closer. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is down to 28-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Jones. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, you know who stays what we call clean and no one gets to him? The guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make a play.
44's Mike. 44's Mike. Check. I'm coming for you. You mine.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
Ready.
First down, Buccaneers.
5-0. I'm here all day. 44. Mike, 44. Stop your
Winston now to throw on first down. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Winston, that's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he'll get it down here to the 43. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. To the air again with Winston. The catch made by Miller. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Winston now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Winston. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. It was a solid check down there with pressure coming, wasn't it?
It was, because you're trying to go through your progression, and when you have that type of pressure in your face, it changes what you're doing and how fast you have to do your reads, and able to come back and find him in open space. That's a really nice play.
And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. From the shotgun to give to Jones. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Bang, 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 bang. Shit.
To throw, Winston. He's got Evans. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 15-yard line. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Jameis to throw it. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Check three.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Winston. He finds his target. It's Evans. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Check 24. Check 15. Check 15. Wait. Safety crease.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal.
Check 26. Let's go.
His pass caught at the 4. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Chris Godwin, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down.
Hey, echo. 52. Now.
To throw again. Zimmer. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Let's go. 15.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Zimmer. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Check, 59. Here we go, even. Let's go.
They go back to the ground. This time, Barber. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage. And that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
Slam.
Winston on 3rd and 2. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Gay is on for the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Buccaneers 42, Jaguars 10.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
On the ready.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Hey, high 7. Go.
Watch Mike. Man, I got you. Where's 52?
Go.
On third down, Zimmer. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A third down gain of 19.
10-2 stop.
That's good for a Jacksonville.
Throwing on first down, Zimmer. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
My 52.
On 4th down, Zimmer. And he's got his tight end, Oliver. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning. They move to 8-0 now on the campaign, and they will head